We're Ashley and Grayson, and we've been traveling full-time in our RV for 3 years. We've been to 48 states in 3 different countries, and we actually just finished our 2-month-long road trip in Alaska. So if you haven't seen that, definitely check that out after this video.
And in this video, we're going to be sharing our top 5 tips for RVing, and these are things we wish we knew when we first started RVing. Since we've been on the road for around 3 years now, we've definitely accumulated a lot of tips along the way, but these are the 5 most important ones that we believe will be helpful to anyone who wants to start RVing or is looking into it. And we do want to thank Progressive for being the sponsor of this video, but more on that later.
There are so many benefits to traveling in an RV, but we absolutely love that we don't have to book a hotel room. We have all of our stuff with us all at once, but with that comes lots of planning, and plans are very important, but you also want to have flexibility in those plans, which leads us to tip number 1.
Planning your route. This is so important and definitely something we skipped out on at first. We would just say we're going to this state and we weren't really sure how we were getting there, but we were going to get there and do this along the way. And we definitely feel like we missed out on some stuff at the beginning of our travels. We've been to 48 or 50 states and definitely feel like we have to go revisit some. But we do love using Google Maps to find our points on the map of where we want to go, and then we use road trippers to actually plan the route because that helps us limit backtracking. And another great thing about planning a route is since you know how you're getting from point A to point B, you can more easily plan where you're going to be staying each night.
Which leads us to tip number 2, and that is how to find campsites. If you're traveling and you know where you're going, that's great, but then you also need to stay somewhere if you're in your RV. So there are a couple different apps that we use, whether you're boondocking or staying in a campground. Different ones might be better for you, but iOverlander is 100% the one that we use most often. It is user generated and there's always new spots popping up, and you can also put in your own spots, which is really cool. If you find somewhere and you love it and you want to share with other people, you can put it on iOverlander. On iOverlander, there are all different kinds of filters for formal campgrounds, boondocking spots, laundry, Wi-Fi, literally anything that you could possibly need. It's kind of like a Bible in terms of like traveling and where to stay and tips and all that kind of stuff. So iOverlander is a great one, but primarily for boondocking. The second app that we love and we used a lot more often when we had a bigger rig is Campendium. This one has filters for the size of rig that you're going to have, and if you're staying in a campground and all that kind of stuff, and there's a lot more detailed information about the campgrounds and campsites along with a lot of other photos. So that one's super helpful for bigger rigs. We still use that, but not as often as iOverlander just because there aren't quite as many options on Campendium. But if you're primarily wanting to stay in a campground, we would definitely recommend Campendium. The third app that we want to talk about that we really love is Harvest Host. There is a yearly fee, but it's not very expensive, and you can stay at wineries, breweries, or even people's houses, and we just absolutely love it because you're supporting the business and they're giving you somewhere to stay.
So you've planned your route, you know where you're going, you know where you're staying, and this next tip is super important, and we feel like it's typically shied away from and not talked about all that often. And this video is sponsored by Progressive, and so the third tip for RVing that we think is so important is RV insurance. Having a proper RV insurance policy is so important and helps in stressful situations of financial uncertainty, and we've been using Progressive for the last 3 years on all 5 of the campers that we've had, and we've loved every minute of it, and they've had our backs the entire time. We did a little research with our community, and we wanted to answer the top questions we got about Progressive and their insurance policies.
The first question we got is, what type of coverage does Progressive offer?
Progressive has RV insurance policies for Class A, Class B, Class C motorhomes, as well as fifth wheels and travel trailers and more. Definitely check out their website, progressive.com/RV. We're going to be linking it in the description of the video, so if you need more information, check it out down there.
The second question we got is, can you change your policy once you start?
So yes, you can change your policy once you start your policy. You log into your account where you can change your policy, pay bills, and more. And if you're having a little bit of trouble doing that, you can always call, and a Progressive customer service representative will help you with that. Like I mentioned earlier, we've had 5 different campers and each one needed different coverage, which Progressive has always had for us, and it's super easy to change. We've had no problem ever changing it to either have more coverage, less coverage, or whatever needed to be changed.
And the last question we got is, can I get a discount if I package my RV insurance with something like car or pet insurance?
So again, if you do visit that progressive.com/RV, which is going to be in the description, you can see what options they have available. There are a couple different ones, so I can't really speak on them specifically because of course it depends on what you're bundling, but I'm pretty sure somebody on the team will be able to help you. We absolutely love being insured by Progressive, and if we had to do it all over again, we're glad we did that one thing right, was getting insured by Progressive from the start. So if you're in the market for an RV or currently have one, definitely make sure to head over to their website and check out what options they have available for you. So thank you again to Progressive for sponsoring this video. This next tip I'm going to let Ashley talk about because she knows a lot more about it than I do.
Number 4 is learning to save space. So whether you're traveling in a big old Class A or a little truck camper like us, if you're used to living in a big house, it's going to feel pretty tiny and you're going to want to make the most out of the space that you have. So for example, we have things like mini cheese grater, mini waffle maker, collapsible Tupperwares, collapsible laundry baskets. All these kind of things will help you save so much space, and I'll link all this below because I'm sure it's going to be kind of helpful to look through. There are a bunch of different things we use to help us save space. A bonus tip, and I think this is a huge one for saving space, is to use your decorative pillows and actually stuff them with things that don't really fit anywhere else. So for example, in our pillows, we'll put ski bibs, we'll put extra towels, extra blankets, things like that, and you really can't even tell. It looks exactly the same, except they're pretty heavy to pick up, but it definitely helps you increase your room to put clothes and other things that don't have another spot.
And so they're definitely not comfortable to lay on.
Don't recommend.
Don't recommend laying on them. If you keep them on the bed, I would move them over when you want to hang out in bed, because that's the one thing you notice is that they're a little
hard.
uncomfortable, but it adds so much space to our camper. We actually talked about getting some decorative pillows for the couch to add even more, but maybe we should just start getting rid of stuff. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
And while the decorative pillows might not be the most comfortable, something that does comfort me a lot is this 5th tip, and that is maintenance. RV maintenance is so essential, and luckily I've learned how to do a lot of it over the last 3 years because we kind of dove into the RV world through YouTube, and I learned everything that I could through maintaining our truck, our campers, everything through YouTube. And so big things to do are, walking around your camper. If you have slides, check the bottom of your slides for water damage, because we did have campers with slides, and one of them did have, I wouldn't say water damage, but the bottom of the slide due to age was kind of not so amazing, wasn't my favorite. That I didn't learn how to do. Leave that. I think that's the thing you leave to professionals. RV seals, right up my alley. You just go along the outside of your camper, along the roof, very carefully, obviously, and check those seals and make sure you are resealing them. You can buy Dicor to do that. There are many different products online that you can use to reseal your seals. Learning how to do your oil changes, if you have a Class C or a Class B, I think is super important. You can save yourself a lot of money changing air filters, changing all those types of things. Changing the cabin air filters will all save you a ton of money. Late 2021, we actually brought our truck in to get serviced, and we just couldn't do it where we were, and it ended up costing us $400 more or something crazy than we're used to paying to do it because somebody else had to do it. So any type of maintenance that you can think of, definitely learn how to do it yourself. And so I have a bonus tip about maintenance, just like Ashley had a bonus tip about saving space. So if you have a truck camper or a smaller Class C, a Class B, or anything kind of small, maybe a smaller travel trailer, we haven't tried it with our trailers. I did my own thing in this area. You can go to Discount Tire, ask for a tire rotation, and they will rotate your tires for free. You'd expect it to come with a price tag, but typically we just tip the guy who's doing it. And sometimes it's actually kind of hard because one guy will start and then 4 guys will hop on it. It's like, how are you tipping 4 guys? But we've done it before. They split it. They figure it out. But it's so helpful. When we had the larger 5th wheels, we did our own tire rotations. And with that, obviously make sure you're torquing things down properly. But that's not the bonus tip. The bonus tip is Discount Tire, free rotations. Try it if you have a bigger camper. Let us know if it works, because we're kind of curious to know. I don't think they're doing a Class A, but they might do a 5th wheel.
Who knows?
They might do a 5th wheel. So if you get away with it, let us know. Definitely make sure to tip, because they aren't charging you, and those people over there at Discount Tire work really hard, and they do such a great job.
Those are our 5 top tips for RVing. Whether you're just starting RVing or you're looking into it, we hope that you found this helpful, and we want to thank Progressive again for sponsoring this video and being able to share this with you.
Like we mentioned before, we just got finished with a huge Alaskan road trip for this summer, and we were so excited because we shared it all on our channel and we had such a great time creating all those videos. But our further adventures are taking us to the Arctic Ocean in Canada and around Canada as we make our way to the lower 48. We are so excited to share. So if you're new here, make sure you subscribe and stick along for all of our adventures to come. But until next time, stay tuned. See ya!